Oh, yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream. And as always, you know what we do. We got some more very important news to cover in today's stream. The title says Kaspa Breakout incoming. Whether the case or not, we will determine in this stream and the future to come. But either way, we do have more tier 1 speculation coming from a bit of an understanding, if you will, from Nicholas Sismil, the current head, if you will, of the Casper media team, who used to work for Binance US head of listing. So he's quite a credible source, if you will. He understands how the ins and outs of these things work. And we've got more developments regarding Casper as well, KRC20 and other raw developments as well. But as always, if you join these streams, leave a like, share with your friends and subscribe for more, because again, we are not far off now from hopefully seeing Kaspa make his new all-time high and start surging higher and higher in price. Before, good evening, Jay, or is it Jay or is it Jay? The first J works. That's perfectly fine. But it's all good, my man. I hope you're having a good evening. I'm having a great evening, my man. It's been a very productive day for me work-wise, and yeah, looking forward to more coming with crypto as well. Again, right now, crypto is a bit of a correction path. Bitcoin did actually retrace below 95k earlier today. It's now regained that up to 96k again. So a lot of the longs might have been liquidated by that point. But either way, Casper is currently doing all right. Currently valued at 0.97%, valued at 15.29 cents, and conveniently once more, Casper, where it's had corrections and come down on 3 or 4 occasions now, it has come down to the level of support here and then rebounded back up, staying more or less consolidating right now at this zone, which again is quite a bullish sign that shows us right now we have a very strong level of support. And hopefully this is going to be the time we start seeing a reversal and price pumps again. And there's more proof to support that statement as well, although time will tell, obviously. Jeff, so back to stream, my man. DD, hello, crypto, and everyone else. Welcome back, family. Back to stream, my man. Cash Jing, good afternoon, all. Yeah, I've heard you mentioned it in again. Shout out to Cash Ching. He put it in my Discord server earlier. I've got a free Discord server. I'm going to link in the chat right now, where he, again, it's not financial about any of this stuff, but he did end up putting in this KRC20 meme token into the chat of Kilo. And it's gone parabolic right now. I haven't preloaded it, but I'll get it up right now. We can see, we load it up. Is it on the recent ones up here? I don't see it, so I'll type it in. Kilo. Yeah, we can see here, Kilo, 350% gain. It launched quite a while back now, but it's just had a massive surge just now. Again, Cash Ching got some good alpha, from what I can tell. He had it on he called it with K-Rex, and I've called it with Kilo as well. I'm not particularly sure the reason behind this surge with Kilo. I've not looked too much into it, but either way, it's done a very, very decent surge right now. That's a very, very big deal. So anyone who's holding Kilo, which seems to be there's quite a few people, quite a few holders. Yeah, 2,300 people holders. So yeah, those people, shout out to you. You made a very, very heavy, very, very significant bag right there. Hopefully the bag and pump continues. But yeah, still very early. Don't make out. I missed 10-cent buying price. So, oh yeah, completely. As much as, Casper being at 15 cents right now is still undervalued. According to the power law, it is currently 61% undervalued. 10 cents buying was honestly it was a dream come true. Buying down here was a dream come true. And I wish it would go back down again. But at the same time, maybe it's time to start seeing some positive price movement. And in that regard, then we'll get into some of the first announcements, shall we? So here we got this first post here from Prince Caspian. Nothing confirmation per se, but ultimately good speculation here, as we can see from this post. Historical data of Casper USDT trading on MEXC on 3 occasions where we've seen the volume on MEXC in particular spike, and being predominantly very, very bullish, we've started seeing upward momentum following that. So potentially this is a sign that as the volume for MEXC got really, really high, that Casper is about to go higher and higher. So is MEXC preparing to lift the Casper wall? Time will tell. Of course, MEXC, as the sentiment in the community right now, which is understandable, that MEXC is the primary suspect, if you will, of manipulating the price of Casper, as they do take up over 30% of the total volume trading on Casper right now. Casper, again, is still not doing too badly, truth be told. Got 200, just short now, of 200 million 24-hour trading volume, so it's still staying consistently above the 150 to 200 level right now, which is good to see. Kraken, unfortunately, has dropped down in volume, down at 1.3 million, but it's only got 0.61%, so again, it's not what we want to see, but I'm sure, again, in due time, this will start going more parabolic. Big and Bybit, again, still doing all right, taking up 6 and 7% respectively. And once more, we have confirmation from the members within the Casper team, more key members, that the higher the volume, the higher the chance we're going to see these tier 1 start to list Casper. And we actually got some updates in that regard from members of the team as well as this. So we got here from RV Crypto, just not a member of the team, but either way, saying the Casper mindshare is growing, as right now we're seeing the search term for Casper is growing right now. So again, that's it's good to see, right? Again, people are starting to search up Casper more, and that could also translate into more adoption for Casper going forward as well, and might get some more major tier 1. I mean, I'm sure Kraken played a key part in that, and they make the mistake when Coinbase and Binance come through, retail will pour in, and Casper will most definitely start surging in value. There's post here from Casper Silver. He made a video not too long ago talking about listings and when they're going to come for Casper, and Nicholas Sismo replied to this saying, "I can confirm that money is not a problem." Again, Nicholas Sismo, he is currently the co-founder / head of research for Cas Media, but previously he was the head of listings research team for Binance US. So again, he's someone who definitely understands the ins and outs of this industry and how it works. He actually appeared on the Binance stream, the AMA with Wolfie, where he explained to the Binance team what Casper is and all that sort of stuff. So, and it was the most successful stream they've ever had, of 75,000 views at least. He says most of these issues are technical right now. Tier 1s have more regulatory measures in place for technical security. Every little thing they do is recorded and looked at by regulators. Low tier exchanges hardly have any oversight. That's why you have the likes of Nexi and Gate, and then you go down to like XT, LBank, CoinNext, all the ones that are much, much smaller, tier 2s, even tier 3s. They aren't got as much regulatory oversight, therefore they haven't got to go through the whole nitty-gritty ins and outs to do the research to make sure they can list the product. They can just kind of do it on a whim if they wanted to. These major tier 1s, they have a lot of eyes on them. They have to make sure everything is spick and span in perfect condition before they list the project. So with that in mind, they don't really care about with the low tier 1s, but the big ones, they have to care about risk to keep up their image. Kraken was unique because they are somewhere in the middle, and luckily the security team is insanely intelligent. Kraken, of course, is a tier 1, but with respect to Kraken, because I love Kraken, I do, but with respect to Kraken, they are a low tier 1. If you see Binance and Coinbase as S tiers, Kraken's probably an A tier or a B tier, So in that regard, either way, they haven't got to do as much due diligence in that regard as Binance and Coinbase has to do for a listing, but either way they've got to do some. But thankfully, again, the security team is insanely intelligent, hence why we got Kraken as early as we did. Honestly, it may not have happened, but luckily we've got it right now, which is very, very good to see. Yes, the volume's not high, but either way, it is bullish nonetheless. So once more, that's a bit more understanding and confirmation of the tier 1s, kind of where they're coming. We already have the multiple announcements I mentioned in previous streams regarding Binance, the zero fees mining pool, the fact that we got a Binance Worthy wallet and Trust wallet on CoinMarketCap, which is Binance's run website. Again, more sources I showed in previous streams. So Binance, again, with Casper, is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And that's again what Nicholas Sismo here confirmed. It's not a matter of money, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when these technical issues, when the research is done, they've done the due diligence, we'll see these tier 1 flood to Casper very, very quickly. And maybe they're waiting for regulatory clarity in the US as well, in particular probably the US. I mean, again, it's kind of worldwide, but I'm sure the US is also going to be a key factor, being the financial capital of the world right now, particularly for Coinbase and other ones that are US based like Crypto.com. Binance may be different because, again, they're not US based per se. But either way, we're seeing more bullish news happening. And when we saw this post yesterday with Binance, Binance team members attending the Casper booth at the conference in Australia, Kango replied here, in there was saying, in case you are wondering what Binance were looking at, there was Casper and Kango. Casper and Kango. Now again, this could just be, their engagement farming, because Kango right now is doing very, very well. And that's how you keep meme tokens relevant, is by pushing this sort of narrative. I'm not saying they're lying, but I'm saying they are pushing a narrative that maybe Binance are looking at Kango. And we know Kango should be having a tier 1 in due time. Maybe it's Binance again, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, Kango has now been flipped by Nacho again. Now down to $33.2 million market cap. The holders now have surpassed 3K. Previously it was only at 2.9, so we have been seeing an increase in holders, which is good to see. The volume is still quite high, although it has come down right now, but it's down to 4 million, which is still very, very high. But either way, we're starting to see Nacho again sort of take the reins. If Kango gets a tier 1, which seems to be there raising the funds to do so now, we'll probably see Kango go on a massive, massive run. Although we could see Nacho equally do something similar. Again, Nacho being the sort of baby of Casper, if you will, the one right underneath being Shy's cat, or based off Shy Cats as well, of course. Again, all of the memes right now seemingly going through a bit of a correction phase, if you will, a bit of a red river. I'm still remain bullish on most of these memes. Again, memes more risky than an actual asset and actual utility token. So, of course, always do your research, and even more so with memes. But I still remain strongly bullish on majority of these memes that are currently in the top 8, top 7, even K-Rex and stuff like that as well. And there are more and more coming out, I'm sure, in due time, which will maybe catch my attention. But right now, this, for me, again, I'm still not holding these memes, which is, still probably a bit of a mistake on my behalf. But again, for Nacho right now, it peaked at 74 mil. It's currently at 35. If it comes down more, that's a great opportunity to buy in, at least my personal belief. And I most likely will. Again, I've been saying this for a while, but I now have a little bit of gunpowder, if you will, a bit of dry powder. I put a bit of dry powder, if you will. So with that dry powder, I might start to put in some KRC20 tokens very, very soon. I'm not telling you to buy them, not financial advice, but these are ones that I believe in, and Nacho again, and Kango, Casper, all these ones I think I've got very, very good potential to do much, much better. And again, Conan staying high in volume, which is great to see, showcasing the adoption for the project is still very much high right now. And with this developments, with Binance seemingly constantly every day, I'm seeing more and more links being made to raise the belief that Binance and other tier ones are soon going to be coming to Casper, is a bullish thing nonetheless. Again, I'm remaining logical, not emotional. I know it will come in due time, but I'm not going to be panicking on why they're not here yet. I know they're not here yet. Nicholas Siswell confirms why they're not here yet, so I know it's going to happen, but it'll happen when they're ready. And when that happens again, that's going to be a very, very big thing for Casper. If Binance in particular, I think if we get a Binance listing, we will see crazy surging in numbers for Casper. Probably the biggest we've ever seen in our life for Casper. Of course, we've seen surges of 5 to 15 cents in the past. A 3x. Obviously, we're in a much higher territory right now. We're only, 30%, I believe, 35% off our all-time high right now. About 26% off our all-time high right now. So, in that regard, if you do get a Binance listing, we could probably, again, depending on the way in Casper, if you get a Binance, just say, theoretically, we get a Binance listing today, I think we see Casper quickly surge to 35 cents, potentially. From the FOMO alone, when actual listing happens, we'll probably see a sell the news event, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But either way, point being, I still stand very, very bullish on Casper. People might be frustrated right now with the current dead movement, if you will, but once more you look at the hash rate is still staying high at 1.35 EH, which is good to see. The holders again have been growing once more at 518,000, which is good again to see. And also the volume of Casper is staying high, proving once more that Casper, despite its lack of price action, is still very much bullish. It's still a lot of adoption. People are still adopting Casper more and more. So it's not a dead project. It's just got bad price action, which could be again due to manipulation from exchanges like MEXC, which is seemingly again that might be coming to an end hopefully very soon. But remember once more, manipulation is going to happen no matter where you go, whether it's MEXC, whether it's Binance. When they invest it, manipulation is always going to happen. So you've got to make sure you just, as Tony's been saying in the last few streams, and I do agree with it, you got to be the fish that swims along with the whale, swims with the money. You got to follow the money, right? If they're manipulating the price, understand they're going to do that, and try and at least follow them. If you're a trader, of course. Obviously, if you're a spot investor or holding it long term, like myself, and I'm sure many of us are as well, then what happens in the short term won't really bother us at all. And like Johnny Taco Outdoor says here, I would love to buy Casper at cheap prices once again. Would definitely be a godsend to say the least. The baby in fine Casper Frog. The baby is fine Casper Frog. Oh yeah, I mean the baby. Oh yeah, actually, how's the baby doing, Casper Frog? Yeah, I forgot to. As you're now an uncle now, how's the baby doing? Good morning, thanks for the lives. No, welcome my man, and welcome back to the stream, everyone. Hopefully you're doing very well today. Good morning, Alyssa, here in Canada, and enjoying my day off. Fantastic, great to hear. I mean, everyone needs a day off every now and then, of course. I am yet to take a day off of streaming. I think I'm 500 and... Actually, let me check. How many streams I'll be doing in a row? If I go just check my files, I'm currently at 117 streams in a row, which is quite impressive. Of course, everyone needs days off, and I imagine there will be some point in the future I may take one. But right now, the grind don't stop. So I have hopefully having a good day off and well-needed rest, and just having a good day, good morning, good evening. The baby is all fine and well, Didi. Thanks for asking. Yeah, great to hear, my man. Great to hear indeed. Bert just came out with a Bert's World where you can do/see everything KRC20 related, which seems very bullish. Bert has been doing something. I haven't actually seen that myself, but I do know Bert has been making some significant developments recently. Of course, their launch pads, the last I really saw, and I do think Bert is really pushing enough developments and narratives out there to become a main key player for KRC20 when it adopts. Again, there are probably about, right now with the lack of adoption for Casper, I would say there are 10 solid winners I'd have right now for KRC20 that's going to guarantee, well, quote unquote, again, not financial, but I think will have a high chance of doing very, very well, which are pretty much the ones that are in the top 5 or top 10 right now. I think it wasn't going to stand. I'm not sure so much about OG Dog. I've not heard about that one. I imagine that's not going to stand the test of time because it looks like, again, 100% pre-minted, only 406 holders. So I think that's, again, something similar, I guess, to Dog K, except, Dog K has the holders. So again, I'm not sure what I'd make of OG Dog, but I think at least ones in the top 8, I think will definitely be one of the bigger gainers in the cycle. But I think Bert, for me, Bert's a big winner, I think, in this cycle. I'm hoping to see, I want to see a 10x. 10x would be quite easy to make from here, 30 million. I suspect we could potentially see a 50x of 150 million for Bert. I'm optimistic about it because, again, the volume for Bert is staying quite high. So if Casper does rally to prices I like to believe $4, then hopefully Bert will rally to at least 150 million. But again, time will tell. Please watch Casper's weekly chart. We just broke a very important support. Well, let's have a look at Casper's weekly chart then, shall we? So we've got Casper's weekly chart right here. We can see. I'm trying to see in terms of in regards to what support we broke. I'm guessing it's this one here. We go from there and go up like that. I'm guessing it might be that one you're referring to. We broke that kind of a while back now. I mean, either way, on the weekly right now, Casper is also looking very, very good. Ultimately, I do still believe that we are in a good position for Casper. We can see right now if we do the parallel lines, if you will, for another form of TA, as you will here from this, the parallel lines, we're currently in the middle of this again. So of course we'd like to see Casper break above here. I mean, Casper is still looking very, very bullish, in my personal opinion. Again, I don't delve too much in the TA, as you all know. At least I do understand the elements of it, but I'm not, I don't treat it as the do or die because I think real world developments can have more significant impact on a price of a token than TA. TA helps you devise zones. But yes, I think Casper is doing particularly very well right now. Currently in this month so far, we are up about 33%. Not parabolic gains that we were all hoping for, but either way, after seeing such disastrous price action for the past year and more importantly the past 3 months or so, down 51%, 52%, we're now starting to see the green hills back for Casper. Sell your Casper for C. I will not be selling my Casper for C, but I do hold some C. I do hold some C. I actually saw the pump yesterday. Yesterday's pump was about 16% or so, 25%. Wow, much more than I thought. I mean, I got into C back at 50 cents. So of course I'm up on C right now, so I'm very happy about that. But I'm not selling my Casper for C. I sold my XRP for C. At least I traded some of it, not too much of it though. But I did trade some of it. I bought C from my own dry powder, and then I exchanged some of my XRP for C. As the pump's already up, so might as well suck that profit into other stuff as well. But either way, C I think is going to be a big get. C is one of my other quite strong conviction picks in this cycle, alongside at least I think it's going to do very well in this cycle. I think Sui is going to do well in this cycle as well. Long term I'm not too sure, but at least in this cycle I think it'll do very, very well. Of course, like the Tau as well, and of course the biggest one being Casper. I think XRP is going to do well. Right now it's actually up 4.3%, which is good to see, but I think Casper equally has higher highs in coming this cycle as well, much higher highs. Binance 10 BPS, altcoin season breakout, rate cuts December 17th, and smart contract and Coinbase listing. Yeah, multiple catalysts incoming. Casper Frog, you're completely right. The Coinbase listing for me is it probably will happen this cycle, but I'm not holding off on that one too much. For me, the ones I'm looking out for is Binance, most definitely. We've seen a lot of developments regarding Binance and Casper recently, so I'm looking forward to Binance very much. I think it's going to come sooner than we think. Altcoin season will normally happen when Bitcoin dominance drops off. If we can look right now, Bitcoin dominance is has corrected below this trend line again, which is probably, right now the alts are correcting because I think they're still recovering from Bitcoin did surpassing 95k earlier. But I'm sure we're going to start seeing some of these coins, rally upwards again, following the Bitcoin dominance being so far down. And I think Casper is going to do very, very well as well. Once more, when it drops down a lot further, we'll start seeing the altcoin season come through. I think altcoin season is going to probably happen around, I want to say early 2025, probably. I want to say maybe February, March time, 2025, potentially we'll see altcoins start going a lot more parabolic. I mean, they're going to do well regardless following Bitcoin, but once Bitcoin, again, the dominance drops off, we'll see altcoin season go crazy. Rate cuts, I'm speculative. I think I'm on the fence right now. I don't think there's going to be rate cuts in December, truthfully, because we're in a position right now where we are seeing rising inflation. The way to combat rising inflation is to raise rates, but we can't raise rates right now. We're not in a position to do so. So I think they're going to just leave it, and then we're going to see rate cuts more so next year. But we'll have to wait and see. Wait for 7 cents again, could happen, but I strongly believe it won't. I'm not saying that 7 cents is not possible. 7 cents being down here, which is definitely a level of support we see here, but chance of that happening for me is very, very, very unlikely. Unless you see a Bitcoin crash and everything follows with it, I don't see Casper going down. Again, I'll be surprised to see Casper go below 10 cents again. I'll be very surprised. We've seen that touch again here twice, and I think now we're going to start seeing it go up. Again, this could arguably be the head and shoulders pattern that people were talking about. Up there, head there, shoulders again, and that might then start seeing the price going up again. But also, again, people are saying it could be the cup and handle pattern here. The cup here, handle coming down right here. You can start seeing it go up again. Again, time will tell. But I think 7 cents, if that's where you're holding for, then well, I hope that for your sake you're right. But I'd be very skeptical about that if it goes down that far. So if Binance has so many eyes on them, why do they list memes so they can pump and dump? Well, Nicholas will confirm that here. It's because of technical issues, right? Because they have so many regulatory measures in place for technical security. Memes, there's not really much behind memes. It's a token listed on a Solana chain or whatever. You know, it's not got much more to it apart from it just being a community thing. They can just pump it. They haven't got to look into it too much. Casper is new and innovative. Block their technology. You know, it's not easy to understand what Casper is. Casper was researching BlockDAG for 12 years and they're still developing it now. So it's not easy to understand what Casper is about and what their technology is about. So they have a lot more technical security behind it. So they had to do more research into Casper to make sure that actually it is, you know, it's safe, right? As much as we believe and we want to say and we know, I want to say we know it's safe, the fact that it's innovative technology, they need to do their own research to make sure it is as well. And because they've got a lot more regulatory eyes around them, regulatory measures, they have to make sure they do the next level of due diligence to make sure they do even more research. So that's why it's taken so long. He confirms that here, but we've seen they've got a lot of eyes on Casper right now. We've seen zero fees mining pool, futures contract, AMAs. We've seen wallets supporting Casper now from Binance. Both of these being wallets from Binance. We've seen, you know, them also looking at the Casper booth here. Like we've seen multiple confirmation, if you will. Even Warrior O'Neill from the KRI confirmed integration with Casper and Binance are done. The two things we're waiting for is the technical security, the regulatory measures they have to look through for Casper, as Nicholas Sippel confirms here, but also, which was confirmed from the KEF, they confirmed that what these major exchanges are looking for also is higher volume. They want to launch at an opportune time for them. Much as we, you know, for the retail side of things, we want to get in when the price is low. That's the ideal time for us. They know they can change the market how they want to, so they want to make sure they list it at an opportune time when Casper's got some momentum behind it. Right now, volume's doing a lot better than it was doing about a month ago, but they want to see the volume stay consistently high for quite some time. But more so, they want to see it in the tier ones. MEXC is taking up 62 million, 30% of that volume, but MEXC is first off using bots quite a lot and then manipulating the price. Kraken, BitGet, and Bybit, or at least the KF confirmed and stated that the likes of the tier ones will be looking at the likes of Bybit and BitGet. Of course, Kraken's here now, so we'll be looking at Kraken as well. But if these volumes are not high enough, it might dissuade tier ones from wanting this Casper at this current moment in time. In saying that, I still think they're going to list them regardless in due time. But if these go higher quicker, the listing will come sooner as well. That's why we're waiting for. That's what we're waiting for effectively right now, from what I've seen. Good morning, Buffalo Theory. It's wild to me that Coinbase is still used. Their fees are ridiculous. Pinex and Kraken are much cheaper. I completely agree. I mean, Coinbase is just that massive trusted exchange, right? And we can see again, Coinbase typically is used by massive holders and whales. They've got 6.5 billion 24-hour trading volume, but only 50,000 weekly visits. In comparison, you've got OKX with this, you know, similar volume, but it's got 5 million. Coinbase is used by massive whales and institutions. That's why it's still used mainly. It's not used as much by the retailers. The retailers tend to use the smaller, cheaper, because again, the big exchanges are going to want something more trusted, and they're not going to care about, you know, more expensive fees when they're trading literal millions. They're trading literally millions in every transaction. They're not going to care about, like a bigger fee per se that much. When the retailers haven't got that much capital, we care about the fees more. So we're going to use ones that are still trusted, but smaller, the likes of Pionex, who is regulated in the United States, but also Kraken as well, being regulated in the United States. That's typically why, I understand it is quite crazy, but that's typically why we're seeing Coinbase still being used, because again, it's the big holders that have more capital that are using it to keep it alive. And it's going to only go more parabolic, I think, in the future, when I believe you have institutions that start actually acquiring acquisition of Coinbase. I think it's going to happen. BlackRock, I think, is going to make a move. I went to Binance support today on a lark and asked when and if I can trade Casper, and they said, unfortunately, our leadership has not made any official statement at this time, and I can't predict if this is likely to happen or not. It will come, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, ultimately, it's probably quite a textbook response, because again, they haven't made any official statements, so therefore they can't say, yes, you can, yes, you can't. We know they've got a mining pool, we know they've got a futures contract, but spot trading is not available right now. I'm sure, again, not financial advice, but I'm very confident there will be an announcement regarding Binance and Casper in due time. The announcements here are, the constant proof here is supportive of that. The Web3 wallet, again, supportive of that. It's not a matter of if, for me, it's a matter of when. Hopefully the sooner the better, because we want to see Casper price do well, but at the same time, for me, I believe it's going to happen regardless. I want to buy as much Casper as possible while it's still cheap before the major tier 1s come involved. Again, Kraken is a tier 1. It's not done amazing, in regards to surging price. People are a bit disappointed with that, which, again, I was kind of expecting. Either way, since Binance listing, we see the price go from around 12.8, peaking at 17, and even now, we're still at 15, so we've still seen a 70% rise. Not fantastic, but 70% since Kraken's listing is not, nothing per se. It's still good to see it did have some impact. And the bigger tier ones will have a much more drastic effect on capital price as well when the developments come out. Which, in continuation, again, we've got more stuff regarding Casper here. They just finished their event, or they're finishing up, they're wrapping up their event right now. A great event, thanks to KF for their support. We can see all the stuff happening right there. Ultimately, very, very good to see. A report will be made available on our website soon about what happened there. And I mentioned this yesterday in my stream as well, but ultimately still very, very bullish news for right now for Casper. We can see, all the testing running on testnet 11 node. There'll be a testnet release only release very, very soon, coming ideally by the 1st of December, which is only going to be 6 days away from now, not far at all. And this could potentially mean that we're going to see 10 BPS fast-tracked and come out sooner than we expected. I meant this again in my previous stream, my stream yesterday even, where Casper Enthusiast put out a post about it, talking about the fact that you've got a Crescendo roadmap right here, and we're doing testing now on testnet 11 for 10 BPS right now. That puts us probably around these last stages right here. We've seen the intuitive improvement, apologies, the enhanced user experience. That's what's happening, these two right now. This must have already happened. Additional features probably are coming through very, very soon, but we must be most definitely either on track or near the final stages right now, so potentially we'll see 10 BPS come very, very soon, which will be very, very good to see. And again, more updates for Casper all in all. KNS, weekly update. They've got progress on KNS documents, internal testing ongoing, the website UI UX improvement underway, community partnership ongoing, which is good to hear, and KNS indexer WIP. All in all, it's good stuff. You want to see more developments coming out for Casper, and this is going to once more kind of piggyback on something that CZ Binance stated, that what you want to see is good building. Again, I haven't got the quote up. I need to actually preload it next time I think about it. But CZ basically just said that it's good for projects that are building instead of focusing on the price action, and that's what Casper's doing. They're a testament to that. They only focus on development. They don't focus on price at all. And Casper 20 is going to be a big factor of that as well. We got here from Chris Hutchinson, who is the ambassador for Casper in the UK, where I'm based, and obviously he was part of the team that launched KDAO, which is not a meme, but a token on KRC20 right here, KDAO. It's got 9,000 holders, and KDAO is quite a interesting project, interesting consensus, if you will, because the whole goal is to basically further the adoption of KRC20, but also the adoption of Casper as well, to bring more attention to the space. And they've got multiple. I mean, this is one that they've currently mentioned recently. They're going to do their first proposal, if you will, their first vote, if you will. And this is one that I'll put out right now, which seems a little bit silly, but ultimately I still think it's good to see that the proposal that Chris Hudson can get behind right now is buying Shy and Nintendo Switch as a thank you for everything he does for Casper. They can be from serious matters to exchange listings, decks or sexes. You got to community developments, to like increasing the burn or whatever it may be, or just stuff like this. That's what this KDAO is about. It's about trying to help the community as a whole and give people a voice. Again, it may not go through, but either way, the reason for getting Shy a Switch just to show him as a great contributor to Casper, but also if the proposal passes, which is true, this will bring some more eyeballs onto KDAO. Imagine Shy saying, "Oh my god, KDAO members, thanks for the Casper, thanks for the Nintendo Switch." Like, as much as it's meant to be a thank you to Shy, it's also a strategic move to bring more eyes to the project, which would also be a very big deal. I think KDAO is, again, KDAO is quite an interesting project, and I would like to see more come to it as well. I think it could be a big thing for Casper. And listings again for Chaos still go very, very strong, mainly with Bitconomy right now. Kirby has now been, or will be listed on Casper. Actually, no, it's already listed on Casper right now at 10 a.m. today, at least where I'm based, 10 a.m. UTC. Kirby's now on Casper. So again, the memes listings are still coming in gradually, which is good to see all in all. Casper is currently 15 cents, was 15 cents last November, no rush for it. But yeah, exactly. We've still got a lot of time. Casper, it's currently, made little to zero movement since its price point, last November. So we're exactly the same place we were last year, but hopefully that will be the time therefore to start seeing, we've had 2 years of bullish momentum for Casper. Two fantastic years. And then we saw a year of stagnation, if you will. Price manipulation going up and down. We're now at the same point. Hopefully that means when the next breakout happens for Casper, after a year consolidation, it will be very, very aggressive. And much people think it's not possible. We're seeing the tier ones coming in through thick and fast. We're seeing the retail coming back as well, thick and fast. And we've also seen time and time again how quickly this project and this space can jump up in price. We've seen Casper go through power wallet surges in value. Like here, for example, we saw a 2.5x from 0.15 cents to 0.38 cents in the span of what? It looks like a week there. And more recently as well, we saw Casper surge up 30%, 35% even, in the span of 2 days. From here to here. So again, things can change in the space very, very quickly, which is why when these outlandish price targets, if you will, come through, I'm not going to say $10 Casper is possible in the cycle. It could happen, but that's very moonball to me. But when I'm saying Casper could reach $2 or higher than that, and people are saying that's not possible, look what it's doing right now, I'm like, do you see how quickly these prices can change? Bitcoin, the biggest crypto in this space by a country mile, in the span of a week, went from 68k to 88k, a 30% rise in Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't move a lot. It's not very, very volatile because it's Bitcoin. It's got too much capital behind it. So when that happens, the altcoins will in due time follow in suit and go as parabolic, if not even more so. Also, Tangent needs to announce. Yeah, I agree. Tangent does definitely need to announce KRC20. I'm pretty sure I saw a post put in from my Discord server again, stating from the Tangent team saying yes, ideally it'll come in December, which of course is not very far off now. Once they do that, that will be I think a major indicator to this community, this KRC20 community, to see the price start surging again, because again, a lot of us who are holding Casper also like the decentralized aspect of it, but also know the element of don't trust exchanges too much. Not your keys onto crypto, so you have a Tangent wallet or OneKey or Ledger, whatever it may be. So I think when you have a cold storage, a way to securely store your KRC20 and your memes, I think we'll start seeing these memes probably go a little bit more parabolic. I'm not saying explode, but they'll start getting a lot more adoption, I believe. A lot more volume, definitely, as people start switching it from the exchanges to the Tangent wallet. But is it sure Casper will be listed? I mean, nothing is guaranteed in this space. Ultimately, nothing's guaranteed in this space, but there's a high likelihood right now due to all the developments we've heard across the whole space with Casper and Binance. Again, Roy O'Neill, the KRI, confirmed the integration's done. KF confirmed we need to see high volume. We've seen Zero Fees mining pool and future with Binance and Casper. So they're already working together, and we saw this as well. So they already know of Casper. They're working together. It's just not here yet. Nothing's guaranteed, but for me, it's quite likely. Well, highly likely. When it will happen again, I'm not sure. It's not a matter of if, though. It is a matter of when for me. XT is no longer KYC. They won't tell you when you withdraw all you want to info. I mean that's important to note. Thank you very much for letting us know, Buffalo Theory. I mean, I don't currently use XT. The exchange I was using to buy my Casper. Obviously, you know, now Kraken's out, I'll be using Kraken. But it was LBank, then put it to my Tangent wallet. But I'll be using Kraken now because Kraken is, I think, as cheap as LBank. If not, I think it's as cheap as LBank, and also it's more trusted, so it's better, right? But yeah, I mean, Kraken, for right now, I mean, I'd like to believe if you, like, right now, the exchange that people, I mean, again, it's got not financial advice, but from what I understand from the space and trusted exchanges, Kraken is probably the one that everyone should be using right now. As a way to just buy, I mean, again, if you want to store Casper on an exchange, which you shouldn't want to do anyways, it should be at least on Kraken. Because that way, Kraken's the most trusted out of all of these in the space right now. That Casper actually has a hold of. But it's not even close. That's why it's deemed as a tier 1, because it's more trusted. Minted $60 of Kimmy 2 days later, 3k. Massive congratulations to Leaker. Great to hear. What Casper memes have got a good chance of getting listed first? If you talk about on Kraken, it'll be one of these two. Nacho or Kango. Probably Kango. If you're talking about, well, if you talk about any tier 1, realistically, it's going to be one of these two, because Nacho is the biggest one, so it's got a lot more belief behind it. It's got the most holders out of this space as well. Or Kango. Kango's, again, got a lot of adoption right now. The dev's going crazy, so it's going to be one of these two particularly. I think other ones will follow in suit in due time, but those are the two that I think will get the major tier 1s first. Casper was performing so good in 22-23. I don't really understand why it suddenly stopped in 2024. I mean, the way that Christian Ludwig put it is that ultimately Casper just did too well too quickly. You know, the fact that it did that during a bear cycle in itself is crazy. It is actually mental that it did that. It shouldn't have done that. It should have probably stayed quite low, maybe peaking at maybe 1 cent. But it went up to 15 in the bear cycle, and even then, like, and it just spent a whole time, and then it peaked at 20 in the run up to the bull cycle. It's struggling right now because we haven't had the adoption we need, and again, Casper's not a finished project. Every other project in this space with the VC back, and they have the money to push the listings out to get more adoption quicker, to push the price higher if they need to by flooding the project with money. Whereas Casper does not, it's fair launch, but also because Casper, again, is not finished. Most of the other projects in this space, which have their VC backing and whatnot, they are so-called finished projects. Like Sui, for example. I like Sui, I hold Sui, but Sui, to my knowledge, is more or less a finished project. Like, it's just going to keep pumping the price up because of the VC backing. Casper's got a lot more coming forward to make it much more dominant, but again, it's not going to have that out probably till end of the bull cycle, if not the start of the next cycle. It's still got a lot to come through. We know 10 BS are coming in the next few months, in 3 or 4 months. We know, if not even earlier, potentially. We know smart contracts are going to come in summer 2025, which are also another KI to list their projects of Casper. So we're going to see a lot more coming for Casper latter half of the cycle, and then probably more like Dagnite following that in the year to come with that as well. But either way, Casper is still not finished. So it's, you know, it's not got the VC backing to push the price higher and the level of adoption needed just yet, but it will come. 7 cents would be the death of Casper. I mean, potentially, but at the same time, you've got people who believe in Casper wholeheartedly, which I think, truth be told, a lot of people actually underestimate the sheer power of Casper's community. And Casper, if Casper was a meme, it would be a cult. I'll be honest. From what I know of Casper, Casper's got a very strong cult-like community. And the big thing about a cult is that they keep tokens alive. If Casper went to 7 cents, it would be disastrous, no doubt about it. But I think there's going to be a lot of people who try to buy that price at the dip. A lot of people. Again, I could be wrong. But also, I do believe that 7 cents for Casper is highly unlikely. Biggest pumps always come from Binance. Yeah, exactly. Binance will be game-changing for Casper. What's your view on Chill Guy? I've heard a lot about it. I didn't buy Chill Guy, I regret that. But I'm not on TikTok, so I didn't get to see it preemptively as well. I mean, it's crazy. I've seen people literally turn $100 into millions from getting to Chill Guy early. And obviously then you have the developer as well. The developer, I mean, I understand sticking to your moles, but he could have made a bag. He could have made so much money. He literally could have literally offer donations from being a developer of Chill Guy. And I think he even offered donation and he turned it down. Because he's like, no, I'm going to copyright strike Chill Guy instead. I'm like what? Understand saying sticking to your moles, but that he could have made hundreds of thousands, not millions, from that. So I personally think that's a fumble, but again, that's because I think all of us in here want to make money. Again, stick to your moles. I don't disagree with that element of it. But for me, I mean, I guess it's because for me, I wouldn't be a mole issue for me to do that. Stealing money off people, that would be, but I don't think he was stealing money off people because, again, people are actually saying, Chill Guy's amazing, we made so much money off it, let me donate to you. So he wasn't stealing money off anyone by that regard. Actually, speaking of which, we've got a post about that stuff here as well. Polymarket is giving a 97%, again, this is Polymarket, so it's a betting website, if you will, but there's a 97% chance that Pump Fund gets banned in the US by the end of the year right now, which is crazy. Now, I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of it, because if I do, I will get banned on YouTube, like 100%, because I've been seeing this stuff on Twitter, and it is absolutely, it's vile. Pump Fund is going mental. The stuff I'm seeing, I'm not going to disclose what it is, because that even saying it might get me banned, but if you know, you know, and it is, and honestly, I think streaming services for Pump Fund was the worst thing to come out of it, and it's making the space look really, really awful. I'm being very PG. I can't express how bad this actually is, and I think it should get banned. It'll ruin Solana memes, at least for the most part. But either way, I think it should get banned, because at least it should change something. Because right now, what's happening is actually it's illegal. It's just illegal. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's happening. And I mean, yeah, I think right now there's a meta with Solana memes and memes in the back path where it's like a good cult like community, and right now it's literally just trying to find the next narrative. You'll see stuff like when Kendrick Lamar, he made his song, TV Off, I think it was, and there's a part in it where he shouts out his music producer Mustard, so he just screams Mustard. That became a meme. You know, you saw Peanut when, Peanut got on a live with the FBI, that became a meme. And, it's all well and good, right? But at the same time, it's like, what's happening out of Pump, what's happening in the space right now is really, I don't know, it's quite brain rot, if you will. And I'm not going to lie, I don't like it at all. I don't. That's why, for the most part, again, you can make ridiculous money in this, but it's also much more of a gamble, so much more risk. Again, be very, very careful, do your own research. But that's why, for the most part, I have a very, very small, it's growing more now because I have made gains in it, but I put a small bag into memes, and most of my assets are in good utility projects like Casper, because again, I believe in the longevity of them, and again, that's not going to happen with Casper. It's not going to happen. But again, and even stuff like that, we're seeing more developments again in the crypto space all in all. For example, Ripple XRP, they are partnered with Archax and also Aberdeen, and they have launched a £3.8 billion fund, money market fund, as the first tokenized fund on the XRP ledger, which is, love or hate XRP is a big deal, because it's a very, very big deal. Because it'll be 24/7, because it's blockchain 24/7, and it'll give more opportunities to other investors and other traders to utilize it, as opposed to just the institutions, not being a traditional money market fund. So that's big for XRP, and conveniently coming out when their lawsuit is coming close to an end. Furthermore, here from As Crypto on more crypto news, Jeanette Yellen has just resigned apparently, which is huge news. She was seemingly quite anti-crypto as well, from my knowledge. So something big will get exposed in the US political system very soon, potentially, which would be a huge deal. I mean, either way, she is the she's the Treasury Secretary, so we've got a new one incoming. So, which Donald Trump's announced already. So again, that's a very big deal. Hong Kong's largest digital bank, ZA Bank, launches crypto trading. Hong Kong and China recently just approved the adoption of crypto. So again, I mean, I'm firing off bullish catalysts right now for crypto. All we're seeing right now is more bullish development to where the space is going to go in the future, and this will indeed have an effect on the price of the market and also Casper. Trillions will flood to the space, there's no doubt about it. MicroStrategy bought another 55,500 Bitcoin, which is $5.1 billion. We spoke about this yesterday in my stream. Those who were here, you remember. We spoke about how there was speculation, rumors, that Michael said I'd be buying more Bitcoin on Monday. It's today. Because he made this post, we need more green dots. He bought, not 3 billion worth, he bought 5.4 billion. Obviously, Bitcoin didn't correct following that, which I think is because he bought a lot of Bitcoin. People then saw the massive spike and like, okay, we're going to sell off that. But either way, it's not, collapsed. People are panicking over a 2% correction right now, we're down below 90k. It's still at 95k. I think if Bitcoin corrects further, we'll probably see it correct. Right now, I would say Bitcoin will correct probably to this level here, around 91k. That seems to be the next level of support for Bitcoin right now, 91k. After that, it's 87k. So in between this zone here. If Bitcoin continues to correct, that is. But I don't think it will. I think Bitcoin's going to make a quick recovery. Obviously, we have the zones down here as well, but I would be surprised if Bitcoin comes down this far again, at least in the near future. Worst case, I think Bitcoin corrects down to 80k if there's something serious that happens, but I don't think it's going to happen again anytime soon. For what's happening in the space still, there's a lot incoming. Again, from Smoke, Bloomberg reported in the United Kingdom stablecoin and staking legislation to pass in early 2025. We're seeing more developments suggesting that early 2025 is going to be a very, very big deal for crypto. We'll see more regulations, legislations coming through, meaning more adoption of institutions, meaning more frameworks, meaning a safer environment technically as well. So that will allow more investors to get involved, more money to enter the space quicker and quicker. Conveniently as well, Casper 10 BPS will come out at the same time as well. So we're seeing a lot of stuff coming through in the first quarter of 2025. So, whereas I made a point about it in the past where the CBBI info suggests that we're currently at 80, and there's speculation therefore that we might see it peak in the upper 90s in Q1 2025 around April, March, and even May time. It may continue going higher because again we're in a new market of institutional adoption. We've not seen this before ever. It's a truly unique space we're in right now with institutional adoption. So that might cause, where it reaches 90, it might actually continue going to 90. It might go even higher. It might even reach 100. Who knows? Because again, there's so much adoption happening with the space, with frameworks getting laid out. So at least at this current regard, that I think there's a good chance that we probably will see a double top. We do see a top in Q1 early cycle. I think we'll see, and we do see a then correction. I think we'll start seeing a double top again potentially, because I think we could go a lot higher. But again, not financial advice. Do your own research, and I think time will tell, of course, as well. But another reason why I believe this as well is because we're seeing more and more developments like this. The US banks are now facing $515 billion in unrealized losses, which is ridiculous. And this is a sign to me that I've been sprinkling this in here and then on previous streams, that there's a good chance we could start seeing a collapse of the banking system, which I think is also somewhat telegraphed to allow blockchain to take its place and crypto to take its place and stablecoin to take its place. But we're seeing banks just struggling more and more, and they're the only way they can bail them out realistically is printing more money, which causes more problems. So otherwise they've got to just basically switch to crypto to tokenize these debt unrealized losses right now. But we're seeing more developments like this again, which is not good. It's not good. So we're seeing fiat collapse more and more, which is only going to fuel the further shift towards crypto. I mean, look what's happened since 2022. That's when it's got really, really bad. When it started getting really, really bad in 2022. We saw it get bad in 2018 to 2019. But then obviously it went up higher during COVID time, because that's when they were printing more money during COVID, and then it just collapsed because of how much money they printed in COVID. It's come down massively. It's telegraphed to me of what's happening in this space. But that's also again what I'm happy to be, because think about it. We are part of the less than 5% right now of the population of the world that's actually in crypto. Very small percentile. A lot of them don't know about this. They don't even know what a Bitcoin is, and they do. They think it's only like $10 or something like that, or even half a buck, 50 cents. They don't realize that it's literally almost 100k. It's ridiculous. And we're going to see a shift in this market, most definitely with trillions flooding in. Right now, crypto's market cap's about 3.25 trillion, I think. 3.3 trillion. And I think it's going to go much higher in a few months, weeks, and even then the rest of the cycle as well. It's going to go much higher from here. And Casper, I think, is going to be a massive gainer. It might be a late gainer, might do a late pump, but I think it's going to be a big gainer nonetheless. I still hold strong conviction of $2-3 bearish, 4 or 5 average, and then 7 bullish, and then 10 anything about that being unicorn. But I do agree with you, Buffalo 3. Yeah, the price has definitely become more stable since Kraken. I mean, that's quite evident. Since Kraken listed it, we saw the pump go up here. Kraken announced it here, pump up here, came back down, and it's literally stayed consolidated in this region for the past 5 days. So it's become definitely more stable, which is is good. But of course, I'm sure many of us want to see the price go up. I don't mind either way. If it goes down, I'll buy more. If it goes up, fantastic, I'll buy more either way. Casper back down to 10 cents soon. 100 BPS or million BPS. No one really cares, to be honest. Retail don't even understand or care. They just want the pound, the dollar even. And Casper isn't that coin. Casper will be pumped in the next bear market. I mean, I agree with you. Retail typically don't care about the fundamentals of the project. They care about how you can make money. Now, utility and fundamentals do give a foundation to believe that the project's going to make more money. But of course, all they care about is price action. If Casper's done nothing in a year, people won't really care about it. So I do agree that Casper, for retail, don't care about Casper too much in the same respect. Would it go down to 10 cents? Again, time will tell. I would be surprised if Casper goes back down below this. Definitely. I think, again, if it goes down to 10 cents, fine, but I'll be surprised. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'd be surprised. I think Casper probably won't return back down to hit again anytime soon, if ever. But I do agree with you, Immigrant, that retail don't care about 10 bps, 100 bps, and all that sort of stuff. I do agree with that much. But again, we're now got to understand that we're in a market right now where institutions are getting involved. This market is not being run by retail. It's not. Casper's not got the institutional adoption just yet. All they got the KRI. But this market, this pump of Bitcoin to 95k, that's not retail. That's not retail. BlackRock was getting involved ages ago. I think they got official confirmation around early it was 2024, beginning of 2024. They would have started pumping it from, January. Here, when they started pumping it at 39k. That's when they started pumping it. So from 39k up to 95k, that has been BlackRock and retail. Every time BlackRock bought, market went up, and BlackRock didn't buy or sold, Bitcoin came down. The market came down. Retail is literally following along with the big fishes right now. As a result, we're seeing this market mature more and more. With frameworks coming through, you'll see more institutional adoption flood into the space quicker and faster. More money flood into the space quicker and faster. And once they've made their gains, the projects that have good utility, they're the ones that are going to survive. That's where the institutions are going to look towards. And Casper is one that's going to survive that much. If, and not even if, when Casper gets an ETF, Coinbase consider, Grayscale's considering them. 21 Shares have connection to them now because of Zodia. When that happens, institutions will most likely flood to Casper. I think they'll flood to Casper quite quickly because they understand, or they'll learn to understand the significance of Casper and the technology they're trying to build. The fact of the matter being that Jonathan Polinsky, the developer of Casper, he is, by all means, a titan in space. He has been quoted on numerous occasions in central bank documents and papers. Bank of Italy here, Son Polinsky is right there in the Bank of Italy paper. Bank of Canada as well. Bank of Finland, the Dallas Fed, the European Central Bank. He's been quoted and referenced in these papers. So he is definitely recognized as an institutional titan who knows about blockchain and crypto. As Nick Szabo states it, he's an expert in Bitcoin security. So he is most definitely, for that regard, that he's got a Casper the project. He's not the the CEO, but he's the founder. He helped bring Casper to life. People are going to realize that. That's why you got Marathon diversifying to get hold of Casper, because again, they're making money off it, and that's what Wall Street wants. They want to make money, but they're not making the money and money until they got to Casper. And they're still holding. They're increasing their allocation of Casper. They put 21 million more Casper into their balance sheet last quarter. So yes, I agree with you. Retail don't care about that stuff. But they will come to, because institutions will come to care about it, and they do care about it. They're trying to literally incorporate blockchain and crypto technology into the back end of their system. Most of these institutions and banks, they have the technology in their back ends already. But Casper's a bit late. But when Casper develops more and more, I'm sure many institutions are going to switch from what they're using, maybe XRP, maybe Ethereum, maybe Solana. They switch from that to then start utilizing Casper's. And the KRI is going to be a market maker to help that for Casper. So I agree with you. Next cycle, I think it's going to be a bigger, maybe eye-opener for everyone about what Casper is. But I don't think Casper's going to miss this cycle. If it goes down to 10 cents, fine. I would be surprised. I'm not saying it can't happen. But I think Casper's not going to miss the cycle. Maybe it'll make have more influence, more, aura, if you will, in the next cycle. But I think the cycle is not going to miss out. If the cycle lasts to at least November next year, I think Casper will still gain quite a lot of adoption and price action from there. Thanks to the KRI, thanks to smart contracts, thanks to 10 BPS, thanks to Binance listing, I'm sure will happen by then. Potentially Coinbase as well, OKX I'm sure as well, Gemini, all the other major tier ones that haven't listed yet because either they're being scared of the SEC or because they haven't done the technological research needed to actually list Casper. But I think they'll come soon enough. And next cycle, of course, will be very, very bullish as well. But again, that's why I'm holding it now, because I'm holding it not just for this cycle, I'm holding it for multiple cycles. I'll take profits, but I'm holding it for multiple cycles. At least that's my personal belief again. It's not financial advice. Can you show us the logic on your state? I mean, yeah, I gave my breakdown of the logic there. Do you think the altcoins will repeat the same power as it did? I think it'll be more bullish. Because some altcoins, I think, because right now retail's come back. They're not the drivers of the market, but they come back. But the altcoins will be even more bullish this time because you've got more money than ever before in this market. And also, some altcoins will get ETFs. Ethereum's got one. XRP will get one. Solana will get one. Sui, I think, is going to get one. Tau, I'm sure C might get one, although I'm not so sure about C. But Sui's got one. Tau's got one. You'll get ones like AVAX as well. You get other ones as well. And Casper, I'm sure, will get one as well. So therefore, I think that institutional money will flood from Bitcoin into the altcoins as well. And then retail, who've made the most money ever made from crypto, who got in early enough, they'll also put that money into altcoins as well. So I think the altcoin season, when it comes, will be much more bullish in 2021. But I think it'll be definitely stronger. Yeah, and as long as we don't go World War 3, but again, time will tell. Casper's extremely weak again. Wealth Ranger, you're a big fuzzster, my man. You come into my stream every day and you FUD Casper. I don't mind, the understand if you're struggling to accept that Casper's not doing very well. I mean, I understand the bear sentiment behind Casper right now is not doing fantastic, but I'm struggling to understand the sentiment behind spreading FUD every stream. Because I mean, I choose to address it every time, but at the same time, I explain it every time. Casper's not doing well right now. It's being manipulated. It's what it is. KLC20, you're saying it's a graveyard right now, but it can go as doing incredible literally 2 days ago. But now they're a graveyard and now it's bad. Casper, that's fine. Don't be in the project. It doesn't bother me at all. I really don't care who's in or not in Casper. I just talk about Casper because of what I believe in, and I think everyone else shares the same sentiment as me. They want Casper to do really, really well. But Casper right now it's consolidating. Casper is not necessarily weak, because if Casper was weak, it would be correcting heavily. Casper also would have no volume right now. Casper is still got the adoption very much there. It's still alive. It's just not pumping. If you're basing your whole sentiment behind Casper being weak on price action, then I'm sorry, but that's a very bad outlook to have on crypto. I think it's actually the most dangerous aspect to have on whether a project can do well or not. If you're basing all your prediction on a project based on price action, does that mean then Sui's weak then? Because Sui's down 5% today, even though it made an all-time high of almost $4 like a week ago. Is Sui now weak? It doesn't make sense to me. Guys complaining and FUDding bought the very top. Yeah, that's also probably what's happening. Again, that's people who bought the very top. That's why they're FUDding it as well. It is what it is, right? I try to address some of them, but I also have been told in the past by other comments to saying ignore them, and I kind of do a bit of both now. Sometimes I'll address them like I just did, but sometimes I'll be like, you know what, I'm not going to talk about it because I say enough. I believe what I believe. No one's going to change my conviction because I do my research into Casper. So despite the price action being weak, I know what I hold, so I continue to hold it. And I would let people know if I thought, the project's bad now. I don't think the project's bad. I think the project's great, and I think it's going to do very, very well. But again, time will tell. People will soon learn about Casper, and they'll be kicking themselves they didn't buy it in this region. Again, my personal opinion, not financial advice, but I think people are going to learn about Casper soon, and they'll be kicking themselves they didn't buy it at 14.9 cents. Just hypothetically, what do you think would happen if it eventually came out that someone was settled? I don't know. It's a good question, because there's only two things. Either it causes Casper to pump, or I don't know. Because I think there's a massive sentiment in the Bitcoin community. They like the fact that Satoshi Nakamoto is anonymous. So if it came out that Simplicity was actually him, that would have potentially negative effects. But again, if that was also true, that would probably cause Casper to go parabolic. People actually no. If that happened, Casper would go parabolic, because people then realize, oh wow, the founder of Bitcoin has now jumped to make Casper, and it's been called the Bitcoin 2.0 multiple times already. It must be like Bitcoin. That would what happen. So Casper would go parabolic. Now, that will never come out. Not because I'm saying it's not true, because I don't know for sure, but I'm not going to even speculate about it. But it will never come out. His identity will be forever hidden. People always speculate about it, but it will never be confirmed. But there's no doubt about it that he is definitely a titan in the space. Very, very well known by institutions and a lot of retail now alike. He's been quoted by numerous, legends and titans in the space, from again Nick Szabo to central bank papers, that he is, he knows what he's talking about, so to speak. And that's why he's trying to build this future of money, if you will, which is I think it's going to change the world. 10 cents may be happening. Again, I'll be surprised. I think Casper, worst case, right now, I want to say, not financial advice, it will come back down to 11.45, where it started in November, or maybe this zone here, slightly below it, as this seems to be another region of support to an extent around here. But I'm not sold on that right now. I think Casper again is consolidating. If it came out 10 cents, fine. I'll be surprised if it goes below 10 cents. Not saying it can't happen again. I'm not saying anything can. Again, nothing's guaranteed in this space. But for me right now, I'm on the fence more. So we're going to probably see corrections continue a little bit in this sort of, if you do TA, I guess, cup and handle pattern here, But then I think we're going to start seeing a breakout soon enough and new all-time highs. Again, hopefully following Binance listing Casper soon enough as well. With Bitcoin on the dip, can we expect altcoins anytime soon? I think we'll see pumps with alts every now and again as Bitcoin dominance drops off like it has been doing a little bit today. If it goes down more so, then maybe. Just like we saw when Bitcoin came down on the 23rd on Saturday. We saw alts do quite well that day. I think we saw gaming do like 20-30% on some of those coins. It's insane. I don't think it will be anytime soon. It depends how... Is you saying like 2 weeks? No. You're saying like 2 months? Probably. Because I think Bitcoin's going to keep going up. Eventually it'll reach its all-time high. Let's just say... Or it'll reach a top point of, let's just say, 150k. And it's going to stay around that region for quite a bit. And then as it starts correcting a little bit, the dominance will fall off massively, coming back down to here. Like even below 50%. And then we'll start seeing alts go parabolic as a result of that. Pump Fund can simply turn off the streaming feature and it's fine, no need to ban it. I mean, they could, but they're not. I don't think they're going to right now, because I think I saw a post, they made like $14 million last month. While they turn that off, they're making more money than they ever have done with this stuff. It's ridiculous and it's illegal and it's wrong, but I mean, if they don't stop, they'll get banned, I'm sure. Because, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's actually so sick what's happening. If you don't know, look it up. I'm not going to showcase it because it will get me banned. Like, it's not even a joke. It will get me banned if I show it. It is so bad. I'm doing DC on Casper and Nacho. Great to hear, Jester. I think, again, DC and Casper, that's what I've been doing, since I found it, pretty much. And Nacho, again, I think one that's going to also, similar to Casper, will do quite well when Casper takes off. What do you think about Pooch? I've not heard of Pooch. I'll give a quick rundown of Pooch. Pooch has currently got 41,000 on the market cap, 4,000 trading volume, 900. Okay, so it only was 4 days ago, so it's a very new project. Seems like another dog. Fair enough. Small market cap, low volume, but the holders there are relatively high. So I guess my very vague idea of it is once more is the sentiment that if it gets the listings, it could do well. The holders again aren't too bad. 993 holders is not bad. For a project that has very small market cap and volume, that's not bad. It means it's got a decent community with it as well. So if it gets the adoption and the listings, it could potentially do quite well. But again, time will tell. Up 44% on the daily time frame right now. Again, these sort of new projects that will come out constantly, whether they do well or not in the long term, it's hard to attain because a lot of these chaos memes already just died because they haven't got the adoption or they've been scams, whatever it may be. I think right now it's very hard for any meme. I think right now it's going to be very, very hard for any Chaos 20 meme to come out in this current market, in Casper's current market, and be a main front runner. Kango did it. Congratulations to them. But look at all the other ones that are in the top rankings right now. Bert did it as well. So Bert did very well. Bert did it. Kango did it. But Nacho's been there since day one. Casper's been there for as quite a long time as well. Casper as well, similar time. Conan's been up for a while. Dog K again, same time with Nacho. KX has got up there quite quickly. So again, shout out to KX, are doing quite well. But most of these ones that have been in the top rankings, they've been around for a very, very long time. So any new project has to do really, really well off the gate to stay alive. Because Casper's not going to be adoption just yet. I'm not saying they're going to fail. Don't want to dissuade anyone, but I wouldn't personally invest into something like Pooch right now. Because again, getting into it early is what you want to do with memes, but again, I see majority of these Chaos 20 memes as, especially the big ones that are going to go up a lot in value from here anyways. Kango saying 1 billion, right? That's over 25x from here. Why would I need to go to a micro Chaos 20 meme when that one could potentially go to 25x from here? I don't need to. Obviously 1,000x would be fantastic, but again, there's an element of risk that I'm not willing to take when I'm trading, especially with memes. Memes are beyond risky, and Chaos 20 memes, as much as they're great, we need Casper to do well for them to do well as well. But yeah, into response to the follow-up question of can Pooch do a quick 10x, I mean, Pooch right now is at 41k. That means a 400k market cap. If it gets the adoption, maybe. 400k market cap is not actually that excessive, and it's got holders there, so the holders start driving up the volume for Pooch, and it gets listings. And yeah, I think Pooch could do a 10x. I'm not sure how quick. I know you're saying quick as my name, not can it do a quick 10x, but it could. It definitely could. And right now it's only on Casper and Caspiano. If it gets on Change Finance wouldn't do amazing, but Change Finance, it gets on like Bitconomy. Bitconomy's listing stuff left, right, and center. If it gets on XT, which XT seems to be a big one as well for listings, it gets CoinX or CoinStore. Those two, like again, if it gets the listings, 10x is definitely possible. And it's got the adoption there, so at least it's not, you know, it's not dead, if you will. Saw an interview with Saylor. I took what he said about making his crypto buy in public as to inspire the others to brag about it. I mean, yeah. I mean, Michael Saylor has become a very, very big Bitcoin maxi. We spoke about it again a little bit in my community, my Discord server. I barely plugged that today. Damn, my free Discord server. Wow. Yeah, I've got a Discord server that is, you know, free to join. You can learn stuff about Casper, other crypto projects, and a community where we all just kind of trying to build our knowledge together to hopefully make as much money as we can in the cycle. But yeah, I saw stuff about that in my Discord server earlier. I got a Michael Saylor, and you know, he's kind of become a full-fledged maxi. And right now he owns I think like 4% or something like that of Bitcoin supply. I don't even know, but he owns quite a large portion of it, or at least comparatively to other people. And he's still buying a lot more. So, I mean, he's clear, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, people who have a lot of money, they would probably have a bit of an ego about it. Remaining humble is a very hard thing to do, with or without money. I like to think I do walk that line quite thinly, quite finely, but you know, I'm not rich. But I don't imagine I'd change much either. But again, that, you know, time will tell. I mean, I say that. In fact, I know I won't change. I know my morals. I wouldn't change if I had money like that. But yeah, I mean, Michael Saylor. He's got Bitcoin. He's clear. And I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Saylor eventually goes to Casper as well, for what Casper is. There's theories about it. Wouldn't surprise me. Hey bro, what Casper holder category are you in? Dolphin or shark? Hey JCast, I am not going to answer that question. If you want to know, you can check out one of my... I did mention it in one of my previous lives. I don't even know which one it was. I know someone asked me. I think it was Andy A who asked me. And Andy A asked me, and I did answer that question. And I said it's going to be the first and only time I answer it. Because, again, as much as it's quite a vague thing to tell you what category I'm in, it's still an understanding of how much money I have. And money for me is a very private matter. But yeah, I mean, if you want to find out, you can try and listen to my previous streams and hear it. I was probably near the latter half of a stream. But I'll say this much: I don't own enough to by any means affect the market. Nowhere near enough to affect the market. I'm not a massive holder by any means. Just bought 70 more Casper for the future. Big up to you, Andy A. Looking good, my man. What's 100k shark or dolphin? 100k is upper end fish, lower end dolphin. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're 100k, then you're actually in dolphin category. If you're anything just below 100k, so 99k, you're then a fish. Yeah, and Dagnite, again, Dagnite's going to be an exceptional bag coming through very, very soon. Yeah, Bank of Finland, again, all the stuff that Son Polinsky's a part of, which is just yeah, he's recognised, right? Very well and truly. Look, the paper Bank of Finland, monopoly without monopolist and economic analysis of the Bitcoin payment system, Son Polinsky and Aviv Zohar mentioned. You know, it is the institutional payments from central banks that he's been quoted in, so he's, you know, recognised. And as the buff link says, I always forget, if you enjoy the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Be doing these daily, 117 days in a row, and I'll continue to do so. Be back again, of course, every single time, similar time every single day. And yeah, more and more to come, hopefully. I'm hoping, because unfortunately, since I started streaming, Casper price has been going down. I'm hoping I'll be one day able to say, yes, finally, since I started streaming, a tough time of 4 months of streaming for Casper, finally, we got some green hills, new positive price action, price discovery areas, and we'll see it hopefully go up higher from there. Stoshi and Jonathan can't possibly be the same person for many reasons, and it doesn't have anything to do with Casper to outdo Bitcoin. We need Casper to be superior to Bitcoin in every way, with enough adoption. I mean, yeah, again, I don't think they're the same person either. But either way, I think it doesn't matter if Son Polinsky is Nakamoto or not. He's still, again, a titan and legend in this space. It doesn't really matter either way. Chaos 20 on Tangent in 2 weeks. Okay, well then Bufflink has the announcement there, if that is true. Again, if you do, I'm sure you have seen that, but if you can, Bufflink, please link that in the server so we can see for ourselves. But if that's in 2 weeks, that would be huge news. So hopefully we'll see a pump of sorts for Casper, or Chaos 20 even, with that coming out in 2 weeks' time. Kimberly, I think once Casper creates smart contracts after summer, it will pump in a second half of the bull cycle layer. I agree. Because again, we've seen already in the past Casper pumping in a bear cycle. Obviously, he's done nothing for the past year, but in a bear cycle. So I think bull cycle will follow the market, and then when Chaos 50 comes out in the latter half, when the bull cycle maybe continue or maybe come to near to its end, Casper will go through its own individual cycle because smart contract will allow it to explode more in adoption because the KRI will launch multiple projects they have with Casper as they're already ready with the smart contract on Casper. Yeah, but probably before. I mean, yeah, I think Casper's going to rally regardless and do quite well, but it'll have the more parabolic pump following Binance listings. Of course, that may happen earlier, but also smart contract that will come, in summer 2025. Exec wallets are getting more and more empty of Casper. There was 4 mil and now there's 650k Casper left. Wow, okay, well that's insane. I'd imagine that's probably because I'd want to say it's probably because someone is probably an exchange is buying it off them. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's retail buying it off them. I don't know, but either way, that's quite a massive drain of accumulation of Casper. People said Akimi was the Wish version of Bert. I look at it now. It might flip soon. I've not heard of Kimmy. Let's look at the Wish version of Misspelt. Oh, that definitely does look like the Wish version of Bert or the baby Bert. I mean, 7 days old, 1.6k holders, 1.7k holders, 2.5 minutes. I mean, yeah. Honestly. Bat's doing quite well. They're doing quite well. Was that already up here? Yeah, it's right here. So yeah, we can see the Wish version of Bert. I can see that. I mean, it's just slightly under Bert. It's not that far off right now. Again, it seems to be what you tend to see from these sorts of. If it's again, Bert's seemingly quite a well-grounded meme for Cas 20. You'll see that as a derivative. So good memes. You see it like for PopCat, for example. PopCat, you had other derivatives of PopCat that came out at the time that would have had a quick pump and then a quick dump. I'm not saying Kimmy won't do that or will do that, but right now, again, it's doing very well. I mean, you've seen, look, a 10x, 11x in the last last day or so. So it's insane recently. So maybe it will be a quick flip, but who knows? Who knows? Because the market goes to where the hot popular restaurant is. Next one up, AVAX chain. Then next, who knows? Yeah, I mean, right now AVAX is getting a lot of adoption because also, I mean, they'll have an ETF, I'm sure, as well, but also because of the Off the Grid stuff, the video game that is done by Guerrilla Games did it as well, and on the AVAX chain, so I think that's going to help bring more adoption to AVAX and crypto gaming as well, which is a very, very big deal. Kappa is literally a gut feeling even before doing research. I mean, yeah, everything's a gut feeling, right? You see, if you look at this market here, that for me is enough to look into a project. I've never seen another project in this space do that. So that's enough. Like, yeah, okay, I'll look into Casper. The research, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely getting into Casper. At least that's my belief again. Kimmy has a lot going for you. Kimmy's doing insane right now, especially in the last 24 hours or so. Also, don't forget, because Gunzilla Games has gotten an investment from Vanek that's bigger than Coinbase or Bitcoin. Well, that is, again, a big deal why AVAX could do very, very well. It's huge, huge news. I'm at least 2 crabs. Wow. Great to hear, Adam Bates. Glad to see you got your Casper bag. Can we donate Casper to you, Jay? I have not currently set up anything in that regards of a donation. I have been asked in the past about it, which I have. I have just kind of ignored the question because I just haven't set anything up about it. I'm like, maybe I'll set something up in the future with it because I'm sure people do want to continue showing their support to me, and I do appreciate it a lot. But I'm, if it continues, like people are still like I guess adamant about it, I might be like, okay, sure, I'll set up a way to donate to Casper to me, fine, but I'm not bothered really, not right now. I'm focusing on the work I'm doing, the content I'm making. I do plan to launch something soon in the works, because I do have some stuff planned that I might end up releasing soon enough. Maybe I'll make something then about it, but right now I'm not too bothered about it. But again, thank you for asking, I guess, but right now there's nothing set up for it. I'll maybe make something in the future, but right now I'm good. Thank you though. I do appreciate it really. 5 Casper wallet addresses. Is that saying how much I have, or at least 2 crabs or you're at least 2 crabs in 5 addresses? I mean, yeah, that's good diversification. Making sure that again, touch with something happens to one of the wallets, you've got backups at least. In my opinion, Casper is the best project in the crypto space. However, if Trump passes a law that states no tax on American-based crypto projects, how do you think that affects capital price action? Good question. Well, from what I know in regard to Trump and Casper, I know Trump's meant to also do a lot of significant developments in the energy sector, which would be big for Casper nonetheless, because Casper's got the KRI. But if Trump does pass a law of no tax on American-based crypto projects, I think Casper, for what it might affect the Casper's price in the immediate short term, but I think long term it won't matter too much, because again, Casper, for what it's building, it will be adopted. And it might maybe even help out the miners a little bit more as well, because the miners won't have to go through any of those issues, right, of having to pay tax on stuff they mine as well. At least I believe that is how it works. But I think if it would, I think it would ultimately, I think again, no tax would be a very, very big deal in general for crypto, because no one likes paying tax. Honestly, I'd love to go to Dubai just to stop paying tax. Casper will pump hard the moment. Yeah, agree, completely agree. Mexi's wallet is not the biggest anymore. Yeah, I did see that as well. I think Cody mentioned that earlier, that kind of the biggest wallet now is not Mexi. Yeah, it's been flipped by this wallet here, who's not been buying or selling anything. So it's a big wallet, big holder, who's just not been buying any Casper. Mexi's been constantly losing more or dumping more. Whether that's going to be taking it and sending it to other wallets, or could it be sending it to another exchange, I don't know. They have got other Mexi wallets. You've got 2 here. They've got 2 million here. So maybe they're diversifying their big holding to multiple ones. But either way, that, again, people are saying that was Michael Saylor or Kraken. We've seen no outflows at all, so for me that's most likely going to be like Binance maybe. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's now the biggest holder of 722 million Casper. By Beam, by Lena Coin. I've not heard of Lena Coin, but I do know Beam. Beam is one that I do think is going to be a decent crypto gaming project in the cycle. I don't hold any, but I do plan to... Which Lena is it? I'm guessing it's Lena Finance, or Linear Finance. I have to actually type in coin or something. I can't coin. Okay, I don't know what Lena Coin is either way. But I mean Lena Coin, Lena Finance right now, 41 million in market cap, 19 million volume. Binance, so good exchanges. I mean, this one's that should probably do something this cycle. It's a quite a small project, so it'll take off a little bit later. But obviously, it had a pump up to here, 21 cents. It's currently at 0.5 cent right now. So maybe it takes off in the cycle, but again, time will tell. Time will tell. But I mean, I know Beam. Beam is one that I have seen people that I know hold it. I don't hold it right now, but I don't really need to diversify into it. But I wouldn't be opposed to doing so. I think Beam's going to be a decent gaming project in the cycle as well. Is the 11th biggest wallet Kraken's wallet? I mean, there's no tag there, so it can't be for sure. I think someone tried to look into it, and they couldn't find out the actual truth behind it, which is unfortunate. I mean, it could be. It really could be, but I mean, I would want to believe that Kraken has more than just more than 167 million Casper. I want to think they have at least a little bit more, at least maybe number 8. But yeah, I mean, maybe. What I say, maybe. I mean, we'd like to see. I mean, I'm sure in due time the tag will come up and we'll know who it is. But right now, it's kind of a guessing game. Like who this top wallet is. Again, who we don't know who the top wallet is. We can try and look into it, but it's going to be hard to find out. I appreciate that you don't have a WAP, Patreon, all that crap. You're not a sellout. I mean, yeah, I don't have one right now. I have considered setting one up because because I do think there are other ways to make money in this space, and much I have I have my free Discord server right now, which I've had up for about 4 months or so, and I've got almost 500 members in there right now, which is quite impressive, all things considered. And it's just been a space where everyone's been trying to learn more and more. I provide information there for free and stuff like that. If I was to set up a WAP or Patreon, which I am considering doing, I considered it about a month ago. I was like, I don't really want to do that, and I thought maybe I will. But if I was to do one, it would be. I mean, yeah, I would say one of them would probably be just more active, like learning to trade sort of thing. Because I have obviously I've done crypto for quite some time, and I do have connections stuff like that. I do know people who can trade as well. So, and I have been making. Since I started doing I started looking into meme tokens. I started looking into memes and I started making money off them. So I've made decent money from memes already. So I thought maybe it's something else, another skill, another thing that I could also provide to people. But it's something that I'm not hell bent on it right now. I haven't got anything set up right now, but yeah, right now, yeah, it's just been me just trying to provide to the people. I'm not saying I won't make one in the future, but either way, if I do make one, the free Discord would not change. Like the content I put out right now would not change. It'd just be another thing that people could look towards if they wanted to try and make, I guess, other forms of, or more actively make more money. But again, time will tell, man. I'm not really set on doing anything like that at this current moment in time. At least not at this current moment. Again, that might change, but yeah, that's currently where I stand right now. Kok Inu, what is that? Never heard of that in my life. Currently 173 million market cap, 28 million 24-hour trading volume. Bybit, okay, it's got a big exchange there at least. BitGet, KuCoin. So big exchanges there. Good to see. No idea what the project's about though. I mean, that is okay. Even the charts don't look too bad. It came out earlier this year or late last year. The about section, is it just this project or just the projects I'm looking at, or is it something on CoinMarketCap? Because a lot of the bouts aren't working anymore. No, it's not going about. So I don't know what this project's even about. I mean, this, for the most part, the project does look, decent. Got some big listings. Volume for it is not doing too bad. It's up 2x in the past 24 hours, which is good to see. It peaked at $90 million market cap. No, that's not right. It peaked at in and around 500-ish, $450 million market cap. So, it's got definitely room for growth right there. And again, in the bull market, it might go higher. But either way, I mean, it's not too bad of the project, truth be told. But I don't know what it's about. So, is it a meme or is it... I'm guessing it's a meme. If it's Inu, for me, it makes it seem like it's like similar to Shiba Inu. So, it might be a meme. But, I mean, let me know. I mean, yeah, probably the cock being chicken. But, yeah, let me know. New mistake. Bought Casper in the platform where I cannot transfer crypto to any wallets. What to do? Okay, good question. I mean, I can give some form of understanding behind it. I don't really know what you can do, to be told. If you bought Casper on a platform and it restricts crypto, so you cannot transfer crypto, then you kind of are limited to what you can do. The thing that I would say you'd have to do is either contact the platform itself, their support page, and ask if you can help them out, help you out if you can. Or if you can transfer if you can, you said you cannot transfer crypto to any wallets. So if you can't transfer to another exchange, then I'm not sure really. If you can't transfer to a Tangent wallet or anything like that, I'm not particularly sure what to do. I'm intrigued what exchange you used to buy. I'm not I'm not trying to delve too deep into it, Matthew. Only thing I could really suggest is that if you can't do that, then try and contact the platform support if they can help you out. Because it's not really, I don't see as much more you can do. I mean, again, if someone else knows, please do inform my man Matthew. Again, Matthew, just want to know more so, because again, much as I deem myself quite a relatively knowledgeable person in this space, I do have limits to what I do and don't know. I've been in this space for a while, but equally I've not gone through that issue myself, but some other people might have done. So if you want to know more, I would recommend, I mean, it might sound shameless right now, but I would recommend joining the Discord server. Again, the link's right here, and you can ask in the chat, and I'm sure someone will give you an answer to what you can do, or gives you some more clarity on, what actions you could take next, so to speak. Wow, so many questions. Trump didn't say that crypto. He said US trades on US. Oh yeah, if he said exchanges, then it's fine. I think I did. If he said exchanges, then it's fine. I mean, either way, I don't think it's a problem either way. I think no tax would be a good thing regardless. Also, I'm guessing Kokinu is also like a meme then. I mean, yeah, Kokinu right now looks like it's doing very, very well. So again, that's Kokinu right there. I'm not in it. It's a meme. I'm guessing, but I'm not in it. But either way, I mean, it looks like a relatively decent meme if you want to get into it. I mean, that's it right there. I'm not in it. I'm not sure I'm going to get into it. I mean, who knows? I mean, good. I mean, either way, it's a good find. Was it Kimberly that mentioned that? Yeah, Kimberly. Yeah, shout out to you, Kimberly. AVAX just started to grow. I don't think it's too late. It's just begun. Trader Joe is the DEX. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I do know of AVAX. I mean, I do. AVAX is up here. AVAX is here. Yeah, I mean, AVAX again is quite a big project. It's been around for quite some time. It's currently, not far off all-time highs. 33 billion, 34 billion was an all-time high, so to speak. So that's at least 2x from here. And I think AVAX will definitely go up higher as the gaming market improves more and more as well. I think AVAX is quite a big chain. So again, ultimately wants more. Casper's an amazing project, and I do like Casper, but there are multiple ways to make money in the space, hence why, again, I have my Discord server to try and talk about multiple projects. I've got a section about gaming. It's not very detailed right now, but I've covered stuff about off the grid, which also then covers a bit of stuff about AVAX as well. And I'll put stuff in the future about like Vulcan Forge and Nakamoto as well, two other projects I think are going to be very good gainers in this game, in the cycle potentially as well. When Lambo, hopefully soon at gaming, hopefully soon. Cheddar Joe and Cock Inu just bought yesterday, at least by AVAX. I mean, yeah, not financial advice, I can believe, right? My capital was mined in the USA, so I'm deducting it, not financial advice, yeah. Oh, everyone gave up on Atom. That was a big mistake. I mean, Atom, I do know of Atom. I don't know what really happened to Atom, though. You know, I looked at it once, I'm kind of like, I'm not too particular. I mean, again, nothing wrong per se. The project is, where it's at $8 right now, peaked at 45-ish? Yeah, 44 dollars. So, I mean, that's a good, 5x, 6x from here now. Again, will it do well? Time will tell. It's a number 44, so it's a big project, so in that regard, it should catch the cycle. Volume is quite high right now. Actually, it's much higher than Casper's, which is a bit upsetting, but hey. It's because it's got the major tier 1 exchanges. Casper hasn't got that right now. Casper's only got Kraken and Bybit, and I guess Big Bear as well, so Casper needs more adoption as well. If Casper had the same exchanges, I'm sure Casper would be at 1 billion comfortably every single day. Oh yeah. Also, yeah, Kimberly's right. If you want to go and check out the decent L1, so to speak, you can check out DeFi Llama. I'll load up the website right now, actually, so you can see what it is. DeFiLlama.com. Right here. This is obviously the change. You can see the overview right here. But you can see the chain, stuff like that. See what's happening in the space right now. This is where I normally saw stuff regard. This is where I start seeing all the big stuff coming to Sui, when Sui surpassed 1 billion total value locked, which I don't even see now. Total value locked. Sui should be up here. Yeah, Sui's there, so 1.4 billion. That's where I found out Sui surpassed 1 billion. That surpassed that about 2 months ago now, which is quite a big milestone for Sui, all things considered as well. Look at the history of the wallet. I mean, yeah, I'll do that on my time off because I am well and truly past the hour mark now. I'm almost about an hour and a half, so I'll look at the history of the wallet while I can, and hopefully can find out if that is Kraken's wallet or not. This one here, number 11. I think someone else did try and do that though. I think it was Tony, or might be wrong there, but someone else tried to look through the history and they actually couldn't find it. They couldn't go through the backlog enough because there was some restriction. I'm not sure, but I mean, I'll see what I can do. There's speculation about I think it was number 4 and number 8 maybe being Binance wallets, because again they had connections to Binance. So what number 1 is, again, I don't know. If you want to make money and you make more, trust me, you just do some videos on projects. They will pay you. You don't need people to pay you. I mean, true. You're right. I mean, either way, yeah, I'm not set on doing it right now. I'm not saying about it. Either there's a lot of money incoming to the space right now, institutional adoption. I don't want to become a paid shiller. Much that's basically what I'm doing for Casper right now, but I'm not paid. Of course, Casper doesn't pay anyone. I do show a lot about Casper because I believe in it, but I'm not paid. Obviously, Pineapple did support the channel at one point as well, which I spoke about. But I do think I would have talked about Pineapple regardless. So I was like, okay, cool. Pineapple's a good project, so I'll talk about it. Well, a good, decent exchange, a US regulated exchange. That's a good thing to talk about as well. But yeah, I mean, again, if I do one, I'll do one. But I'm ultimately not too bothered right now. I'm just kind of enjoying making the content right now, truth be told. I like talking to you guys every single day, and that wouldn't, either way, will I do a Patreon or not, a WOP or not, that wouldn't change. It really wouldn't. There'll be little to no difference of me doing a WOP or not. Apart from that, I maybe mentioned it once or twice, but I wouldn't, withhold information from any of you in regards to all I do in the WOP would be to start talking about, active ways to make money more quickly with trading. But that'd be about it. Well, again, we'll see. Be real. When will be rich? Months, years? I mean, depends on how much capital you have and what you consider rich. For a smaller holder, maybe someone like an octopus or something like that, you might have to wait maybe 10, 20 odd years. If you're a shark already, or even a dolphin, maybe you've got to wait like a couple months or a couple weeks. It really depends. It really does depend on how much capital you have. I think Casper's going to have a decent pump this cycle, regardless of people's sentiments. I think it'll still do quite well, and I think it'll do even better in the cycle to come from that as well. It's probably Coinbase. I mean, maybe it's Coinbase. Who knows? Or it could be Grayscale. Again, yeah, both are equally possible. I'll see what I can do if I can find out. But otherwise, then, I mean, yeah. Either way, in due time, we'll find out. I'm sure. But either way, it's good to see we do have, Mexi's come down a little bit, and we still got this wallet just kind of staying there. And again, we do know the connection between Coinbase and Casper, Binance and Casper. Okay, so all the big exchanges, we know they've got connected to Casper, so we know they're coming in due time. Cocky News number 1 meet on AVAX. Okay, well that's good to know again. Cocky News number 1. Okay, so AVAX does really, really well, then Cocky News will also do very, very well as well. If it's a meme, you're supposed to read it Cock Inu. Okay. Okay, is it? Well, I'm not going to read it like that because I'm not going to get clipped. I'm not going to get clipped on YouTube and have people like Mr. Miles come into my stream saying, "Oh, you just said that." I'm saying Cock Inu, so I don't get clipped. More consolidation, the greater the pump. Completely right. I mean, look at Casper again. Way back here. We saw a consolidation period around here. Of what? This whole thing I'll consider consolidation right here. This whole period right here. And that was what? From September all the way to November. So what? A month and a half or so? And then we saw it go up for the Bybit listing. So again, the Casper consolidates in this region for longer, the pump will be all the more better. Is Casper crash over? Time will tell, Computer Cappy. Time will tell. I'm hoping it is. It depends on where Bitcoin goes from here, and also if Casper gets some big developments coming out soon, which I'm hoping they do. We've seen some big stuff for Casper already. We know tier 1s are gearing up. Binance in particular seem to be very, very close. Seems to be again speculating that MEX sees payment wall. They're preparing to lift the wall and Casper stop the price manipulation, because again it's happened in the past time and time again. And it normally follows a pump when the volume for MEXC's exchange goes really high, which happened already. So hopefully this means we're going to start seeing more pumps. But again, time will tell. We also got this again next week, testnet 11 node for Rust, 10 BPS. So that could be, if it's very, very, if the feedback's good and it's all positive, then that could also be a big catalyst to say, okay, we're going to be on to the next stage already for Rust. So we're also going to be accelerating the timeline, which is good to see as well. We've got a lot coming for Casper all in all. A lot to look forward to. Yeah, AVAX is not better than Casper. It's just a new popular restaurant that people want to eat at all. Yeah, exactly. That's always been what I tried to reiterate in this space once more. I believe Casper is the best restaurant in this space. A new restaurant that's just been built by Gordon Ramsay. It's not got the popularity behind it yet, because it's new, but it's definitely the best one in terms of food creation and stuff like that. But you've got ones that equally are quite big, that are already Gordon Ramsay restaurants that got a new head chef involved. So it's just got more popular right now, because again, there's a new chef right there for the meantime. I think Casper's the best restaurant, but I think the other ways to make money in this space through other restaurants. And that's why, again, even though I hold Casper mostly at Casper, I have diversified my assets into other cryptos as well, like XRP. I've made a 3x on that right now. I made a 2x in Vulcan Forge already. I've made a gain in C. I made a 2x in Sui. These projects I've managed to make money from already because I diversified. These projects, again, they're small allocations of my portfolio because Casper's 70%. But either way, the whole premise of my Discord server and what I do in this space is try and just give knowledge to the crypto community about what's happening in the space, and of course mainly Casper. But I agree, yeah, Casper is definitely the best restaurant. Casper's definitely better than AVAX, but AVAX is doing very well right now. Casper's $10, maybe in the next cycle. If I have in this cycle, fantastic, but I'm not, overly bullish on that. I have a lot of long shots that may do well. Well, I hope it does, my man. In the first 10 wallets, there's not enough movement for it to be cracking. Okay, maybe it's not cracking again. I'm more on the fence. It's going to be another tier 1 that's waiting, like Coinbase or Binance. So maybe it is cracking, therefore. I'll see if I can look into it and find out if number 11 is cracking. See how much movement happened recently with it to see if it is cracking or not. I mean, right now we can see, we've seen a lot of stuff flown in relatively recently. All happening, all this happening today. So it's got a lot of inflows, which could therefore mean it is cracking because it's got a lot of inflows coming in right now. All of this still is all happening today. This all happened like a few hours ago. So maybe it is cracking. Page shield videos are okay. I think most people are fine with it. But WAPs have Patreon sellouts if found upon. I mean, yeah. I get that. I do. My only qualm with patrons and stuff like that, because a lot of patrons in this space, and this is not a dig at anyone. Please don't go be selling me out to anyone. But most patrons in this space are just shameless money grabs, and they don't actually offer anything of real value. I know a lot of people in this space, or at least I've heard of a lot of people in this space who also don't really look out for their community when they have their Patreon. They kind of just do it to make an extra money grab, which is, I think, is bent. I think that's wrong. So I think patrons and wops, a sellout, yes, is frowned upon, but I think if you're doing it as another alternative to actually help the community again, obviously you're making a bit extra money from it, you're also offering your expertise, if you will. I think it's okay. I mean, I have joined patrons in the past that have made me money, and I have not thought a problem with them at all. It's ones that I have looked towards, and I've heard people in my community who've joined them and said actually really, really bad, they don't care. That's why I'm like, okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. And there are a lot of them in this space, because that's what, it's the whole issue of this space. A lot of them. I'm not naming names. People might know who I'm talking about. I'm sure people have their own opinions as well. But a lot of patrons in this space aren't, they aren't really looking after their community enough, or they're doing it for their own personal gain, as opposed to, obviously if you're doing a Patreon, it's going to be personal gain, but is solely focused on your own personal gain and not anyone else's. I feel like from what I've done so far with my Discord server, I've already given a community to people to have a safe place to kind of express their opinion and talk about Casper and crypto. And a Patreon, if I decide to launch one, which again, nothing really planned right now, if I do, it will add on to that, where people, if they want to learn how to actually make money, maybe in a more quicker fashion, then they can. But I wouldn't derive from the content I make anyways. It wouldn't change that at all. But I do understand, again, the sentiment you're making. I really do. Which is, again, why I've not, even though I've been doing live streams for like 4 months, I've been doing videos for, pretty near a year now. I actually don't know when I started these videos on this channel. I've not done one, because it's just not something that I've had the desire at this current moment in time to do so. But with the market cap being, with crypto now going through a British phase, people may want to make extra capital quickly. If they want to do that, and I have been asked a few times that people want to make money quicker, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not a financial advisor. I've got some projects in mind, but I thought maybe I could offer my opinions on other stuff. But again, I've not done anything yet. I mean, again, hands up right now. I've not done anything yet. Got a friend who just got into crypto and says nobody talk about Casper. A great sign, in my opinion. Yeah, no one talking about Casper. That is true. You're completely right, but there will be soon. There definitely will be. I'm still buying Casper. Great to hear, so yeah, brother. Soul is a ghoul. Soul's all good. He'll buy when everyone's talking about it. Everyone will come up to Casper in due time. There's no doubt about it. Casper is extremely early. There's no doubt about it. People will start talking about it, and they're going to be very, very upset about it. But they didn't get into it early. When people, we're all here right now, 94, almost 100 of us. And we have over 100 in the stream talking about Casper right now. We believe in it. They're going to miss out. It's their loss. Can it reach 3 USDT? I think it can in this cycle. I think there's a decent chance of that when smart contracts come out and tier 1s and Binance come out as well. Some of the crappiest chains are pumping right now. It is what you've got to diversify, go to. It is what it is. You've got to diversify, go where the volume is, hold good projects, and go where it punches. Yeah, exactly. A lot of projects that aren't the so-called best are pumping. XRP, people I don't mind XRP. That's why I hold it. And I thought it would do a good pump in the cycle. And it has already done a 3x. I think it'll go higher. But people don't like it because it's centralized, and I get that. So therefore, people say it's a crap project. People say it's a crap project. Fine, it's going up, and you got to follow the money, right? That's what you got to do. And I'll make the profit from XRP, and I'll put that back into Casper probably for what I believe is a good long-term holding. $1 by September. You're talking about next year. I'll be surprised if it didn't go out to $1 by September. Oh, Velo went on a nice run. Oh yeah, I know about Velo. I talked about Velo a while back now. I've not looked at Velo for ages. Velo is currently at 190 million on the market cap, 20 million volume. Well, it went on a nice run. I can't see it here. I went on a nice run like 4 days ago. Went up from 15 to 19 cents. So that's not too bad. But that to me is what's mainly dissuading me from getting to Velo. Because again, I don't know what the peak for Velo. This to me is quite. I wouldn't say it's the same, but it's quite similar to Jasmine. Where Jasmine equally the all-time chart for Jasmine is just similarly just gone down. What's prediction for Casper? Bearish $2-3, likely, hopeful is 4-5, and bullish is 7. Unicorn numbers is 10 and plus. Some of the people charge completely agree. People who charge $250, $300 a month is crazy. Now, if you're charging that much and you're making them that much and then more than that, then that's fine. The price tag is a representation of your intelligence and your services, right? If you're charging only 20 quid and you're making them 40 quid a month, they're making them money and then some. So that's fine. If you're charging them 150 quid and they're making 10 quid, that's not worth it. That's not. Now, people who are charging that much, ridiculous. I agree, especially in this climate. But also, a lot of people in this space actually have that capital. Some people, and I say that, no, a lot of people in this space don't have that capital. So it's hard for them to actually make the money to go up again. They don't have 200 extra money to buy a Patreon that may or may not make them that money. For people who are charging like maybe $30 or $40 or $50, if they're charging that much and they're making them in that month period of time, 200, 300, 400, or even maybe more than that. Like I have joined one that I got recommended a token, a meme token called Hua Hua, which is the most famous Chinese panda, as it was starting to pump, and I made a 3-4x from that. And that was incredible, and that obviously made my money back and then some. So I do think yes, charging excessive money is ridiculous, especially because it means it's harder for new people to get into the space and actually be able to jump on board and actually be able to ride it up with other people. But I think as long as you are able to make people that money and profits, hopefully a lot of profit on top of that as well, then it's fine. But I still think you have to just be. The problem is not even so the money being made by it's an extortionate price. The problem is again it's just it's simply that there's selfish greed behind it. There's a selfish greed behind the fact that they might give some training, but they're not really interactive. Again, I'm not naming names. People probably know who I'm talking about. People who aren't very interactive with other people, even though they have a Patreon about it, they're paying for them. The one that I'm a part of, the legend talks all the time. I'm good friends with him now because of, and that's also what I'm trying to do with my server. My server, I feel like I've got a lot of close friends in there already. My mods, other people who are in there getting more so, people like Muscle Mike. He's been talking a lot. Shout out to him. Poker Seraphim in there as well. People in the server, right in the stream right now. Kimberly. You got Ashley as well. You got Andy A. You got Buff Link. You got many more of you. You got Adam Bates. You got Beebs. People who have been. You got Ape Game. People who've been. Again, I'm not gonna list every single one of you off. People who did. Lucky. Pygods as well. Who've been talking about the whole Patreon thing. Everyone here in the stream constantly, even in my server, and also people who are I've got people in the space who I would say that we are at a much more stronger level of friendship now because we've been talking a long time. We all share the same goal. But a lot of people, I think, who are doing this Patreon stuff, who also charge extortionate money, they kind of just do it for their own gain. They don't really care about the community so much. They're just doing it because they make people money, but they're not really that bothered. And I think that is a bit of I think that's the problem with the WOP. I think that's why it's frowned upon, because they're not really helping them out per se. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jeff says here, or you can simply just make a Patreon and say you can support me without trying to sell and not. Yeah, again, you can do that. I know that. I think it might be Casper Silver who has a you can support me Patreon thing where it's literally just donating to him basically, and that's again people can do that if they want to. I'm not going to. Again, I think that's also fine, but yeah, it comes down to again it comes down to the element of the aggressive of the shilling and also the service they provide. No matter how much money you're providing for a Patreon, as long as you're making the money back, I think that's okay. But you should always aim to be, communicative and interactive with your community, right? And if you can't, then at least have people who have become very well established in the space, again, basically mods, right? In my server right now, I speak as much as I can. I love everyone in there, but there's 500 people almost in there. I'm only one man. That's also partly why I got people like Cody, Leroy, Mr. Miles, and Casper God, who have become mods, who also now just talking because they want to talk, but they also then answer questions what I can't answer as well. I'm going to probably add some more mods soon because, again, those four I'm sure are struggling with the workload it is, because there's a lot of people going there and asking more questions. So if you can't do it yourself, ask for help. That's ultimately what the whole server's about. Ask for help. I've been asked quite a few times about ways to make money quickly in the space, and I've thought maybe I'll launch Patreon. I'm not too sure right now. Maybe. But if I do, again, it wouldn't change anything, and I definitely wouldn't be the paid shiller per se. I might say I've got a Patreon, try to learn to make money quickly here, but again, I have nothing planned right now. So me talking about it right now is not really that relevant. Nothing. I mean, I don't imagine anything to change this week, Jeff. I mean, I don't know. Again, might get one soon. I've been thinking about it, but I'm not bothered right now. I'm really not. Like, I'd be more so just happy making content. And yeah, I mean, I've had people who already want to support me. I'm not a little tangent. I'm part of it. I've had quite a lot of people who already said, "I love what you've done for the space. Can I support you? Got a Casper wallet?" I'm like, I would actually feel better personally if you support me, quote unquote, to joining something where I still provide you services. Like, you're giving money to me, fantastic. I'm very happy you're doing that, and I appreciate it a lot. Not that I need it, but if you were to do the same thing, but then I actually offer you other alternatives to make even more money, then that's a win-win for both of us. If you kind of see where I'm coming from, at least. Velo will do $2 easy. $2. I mean, that would be insane. That would be 100x over that from here. If it does that, then, massive shout out to everyone who got to Velo. I'm, again, not too... Again, if it happens, fantastic. I'm not dissuading anyone from getting into it, but I'm just not the most bullish on Velo, just because, again, it's not got Binance either, so its volume will be lackluster to an extent as well. And because it'll take off quite late because it's a small project as well. But if it does $2, fantastic. Those who get into it, 100x, looking very, very bullish indeed. I hate paid shillers. They do not care and often don't even hold the coin they shill. Crypto gains is the most shameless shillers out there. I would stop listening if I knew you were a paid shiller. I mean, yeah, again, I have not done anything paid shiller, and I completely respect the opinion of people who don't like them, and I get that. If I was to do a Patreon, again, this is a whole speculative, but if I was to do one, I would be very transparent on what coins I'm holding. You'd get access to, the wallets I have, all that sort of stuff, which, again, that sort of stuff I keep close to my chest. And I think that's the reason. I don't want people to know my money. But if I was doing a Patreon where I was talking about trading memes, that wallet would be completely public for you to all to see. So it'd be fine. But again, there's nothing happening right now. So again, I understand the sense behind it. People who don't like it, and I agree. People have done it. People have definitely tarnished the WAP and Patreon space because of how they've handled it so far. That's also partly why I've not done one now, because I don't want to end up ruining. Well, I'd like to believe that I've got a decent reputation in this space. People trust me, and I don't want to ruin that. And either way, I'm happy just doing what I'm doing right now. Tony, my man, again, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Hiya, what's up to you, my man? Hope you're doing very, very well today. It's been a very, very long stream, over 2 hours. Well, actually, no, hour and 50, but almost 2 hours. We meant to end an hour ago almost. I just kept rambling on about, crypto, Casper, and different Patrons now. I mean, yeah, thank you very much for the donation. I thank everyone for joining the stream as always. I'm appreciative of all of you who are in the space constantly supporting me, but not even just supporting me, supporting yourself, just learning more about the space, about the channel, about what's happened to Casper, British stuff all around, to crypto all around. It's ultimately just an element of learning more and more. Again, stuff that I do cover, which I am shitting now, but stuff I do cover in my Discord server. I covered my Discord server in here as well. Like, I have a free Discord server where people just talk about everything in there. That's ultimately what the Discord server is about. In regards to the Patreon, I don't have one now. I could say it probably might have one in the future, but again, I wouldn't. I right now I don't have one, and I haven't got any plans. I haven't got anything set up to make one right now. But again, if I was to have one, I wouldn't change anything. I don't think it changed anything at all. I think it. Because people, again, like Tony, shout out to my man who's donated that to me. I love you for that. And everyone else who's just in here for free, that's fine. Equally, that's fine. You don't, no obligation at all to do any of that for me. Or just even just in general, you have to do that at all. But if I had again, theoretically speaking, if I had a Patreon, and Tony therefore wanted to know over to make money, he just signs up to that. And instead of donating to me $5, he's paid whatever the subscription price is and has probably made his money back off that. And that way he's still supporting me whilst also making money. It's a win-win, Again, that's me highlighting the benefits of a Patreon, but I definitely understand, and in a sense agree with the negative sense behind Patreon stuff like that, because again, it has been ruining this space. People who are just trying to shill and money grab. A lot of people I know in this space, in this community, have done that, and I don't think that is it's right at all. I don't. USDC will go on a bull monsoon. Some USDC, yeah, 100%. Go to $10. I'll see y'all. Happy crypto hunting. Great to see you, Israel, brother. Hope you have a very good day. And yeah, I'll catch you very, very soon, my man. Hopefully tomorrow. Kivo's primed to explode. I mean, yeah, Kivo's doing very well right now from what I saw. Someone mentioned it very early on the stream, you know, literally an hour ago now. Doing insanely well right now. So maybe just going a little bit more of a rally. I'm hoping to see more listings and stuff like that. But yeah, right now, 324% up, 500k market cap, 2k holders, looking very, very good. Thanks, Jay. Stay positive, everyone. Hold on for your life. You're right, Adam Bates. You're definitely right. Are you the different Adam Bates? I think you're a different Adam Bates because that's a different image. Yeah, it's different Adam Bates. Got the Casper one here and the Kaspa one, the Casper logo and the Casper one. Okay, well that's 2 Adam Bates now, but yeah, I will. Yeah, everyone stay positive, definitely. No, not financial advice, but don't be emotionally logical and hold strong. Yeah, W Tony indeed. Thank you very much for the donation, my man. Kimi pumped today. Yeah, Kimi's looking very good as well. I've seen Kimi already. Another big one doing very, very well. Up, 10x, looking insane. And it might continue going this fashion. Again, being the so-called the off-brand bird. There goes my Starbucks budget. I mean, again, thanks for the donation, but again, I appreciate you massively, everyone in the stream, and you, Tony, as one in particular, but you don't need to. You don't. Like, I'm really not bothered. I'm not. I appreciate it, but you don't need to. That sounds great. That sounds great and all. Who even gets stuff for free? I mean, yeah, that's also why, because I know a lot of people in this community wants more. I mean, again, it's all about a give and a take, right? But a lot of people in this space, they kind of do it all for their own personal gain. And I thought, okay, well, I'll provide a free server. I provide information in there, but it's not just me. Everyone works together in there. 500 of us. Not all of us are active, of course, but the 500 people in the server almost. So just sharing information, sharing knowledge between each other, helping us learn more in this space. Cody's been great. Mr. Mars has been great. Casper God's been great. Mr. Muscle Mike, who's not even a mod, who's been great. I've got other people in the server who've equally been very, very informative. Cash Ching has been great. Also shout out to Buff Link as well, who's also been very, very informative. You got, some people who joined very recently has also been very, very good as well. Ultimately, people just trying to learn more and more, and that's what the server's about. That's all it's about. Just everyone trying to build together and learn the knowledge. And I thought I'd do that. And, if people want to understand more, active way to make money quicker, which I have had a lot of messages about that, then I might think of doing something a bit more on top of that. But right now, again, I've not developed anything yet. But before that happens, I'll let people know. But I also, reminding everyone here, nothing would change. It wouldn't be a difference anyway. Oh, you just changed it. Okay, well, it's the same Adam Bates. Good to know. The Casper logo looks very good on you, my man. But that being said, now that has been almost a 2-hour stream. Wow, aren't you lucky? I was about to see Mr. Miles join. I'm not gonna lie. Shame. But either way, thank you all for watching once more. Yeah, ultimately, Casper right now minus 0.83%, 15 cents right now. I do suspect we'll see consolidation in this region for maybe the next few days or so, leading up to a more definitive move. I'm hoping to see the move go upwards, but it depends on the price of Bitcoin and where Bitcoin goes. If Bitcoin comes down, I think Casper will follow in suit. If Bitcoin starts to break 100k, I think everything will start pumping in suit with that as well. Time will tell, but of course we'll be here every single day covering that either way. I will be saying right now on Friday, so that is in 3-4 days time, I'm going to be traveling up to see family. I will be still streaming that day, but I have to travel there. It's like a 5-hour drive, so I might end up streaming a little bit later, but I'll let people know again in my Discord server. Shout out to people in there. Free Discord server link in the chat once more. But yeah, hope you have all good morning, good evening, and good night, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow.